I have found the most amazing book. It's called Moths of the British Isles. Yes, moths. I mean, who doesn't love a book about moths? It's quite an oldie. It's got that oldie smell. Look at that. 1973 this one is for, but first published in 1908. I found this in the place where I get all of my old books, which is a op shop or a thrift store that's local to me, and if they don't sell all the books that they've tossed in the trolleys that day, they get taken to landfill. So I do go there and have a look as much as I can to find some treasures to use in my crafting. Usually the books that have been thrown in there have had water damage, or they've got pages ripped out of them, or little whippersnappers have come in with some texture or you know, added their own artwork. So this one does have a few pages missing, but what I'm hoping is that I can use some of these amazing vintage illustrations in our project today. This is the vision. These are some old Ikea frames. They're like a box frame, and in the past I also added these little decorative corner pieces myself. So I have a number of them. I think I have 12 here. But I was thinking, wouldn't it be amazing to maybe use these to make some little moth shadow boxes? The ever-changing iteration of the entryway. Please don't judge me. And also please don't judge the wall. It's mid repair and painting, sanding, etc. So I'm thinking we can fit like 3 and then maybe 3. So like 9. So I feel like future me is going to know the answer to this, but I feel like only picking 9 of these to use in this project is going to be really tricky. That might be the hardest part, but we'll see. To start out, what we're going to be doing is opening up the box frame. I did find the official name of this, which is called the Gunnard. I'm not sure if they still make these or not. We're going to take the insert out of the frame, which basically creates the box frame effect, and use that as the template for deciding which Moths pages we use. Then it was just a matter of going through the book and picking out a short list and using my index cards to mark them. Okay, we've got 16. I was thinking when I was looking at those pictures that maybe we could get some going this way, like horizontally, but either way we're gonna have to whittle it down. But such is the plight of the crafty person, am I right? If you know, you know. As I started flicking through these, I very quickly realized that a lot of the ones I'd picked out on my shortlist were actually too large. The edges of the frame needed to be small enough that it would fit within the frame, but big enough that it would have a border around it to sort of hold everything in place. I don't plan on sticking these in with glue, so they needed to have a little bit of a border around them to hold everything in place. After getting distracted multiple times, I ended up finding some more images in the book that were more suitable for the sizing, and then I made the final decision. Then it was time to cut. This is real time. I just cut around the edges of the wings with my knife, leaving the center of the moth intact, and then you can just from the back to the front push the little wings out, and it made them sit up beautifully, which I was super happy about. So then it was just a matter of going through one by one, wing by wing, and cutting them all out one at a time. And of course I repeated that across all 9 pages. finished cutting them all out and had some lunch, had a snack. I had some hummus. One day I will have the tools and the time to make my own hummus, but not today. I want to show you how they turned out. They look so good. So here they are all cut out. So it's time to frame them up, but when they sit in the frames, you are going to see like this hollowed out bit. While I was cutting them out, I had this thought that maybe we could use a page out of the book, but that might look a bit fussy. I mean, I kind of love that. I love it. Okay, so, but I wonder if, would it look even nicer if they were tea dyed? Would it look even nicer if they were tea dyed? Oh, I wish I'd thought of this earlier. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get 9 pages. So we're just going to use some, I might actually use a little bit of just instant coffee. We don't need much. It's just to brown them off a little bit. And then I'm just going to lay a towel. Why is it so dark in here? Hang on. Aha. Very good. Okay, I'm just going to lay out a junky towel and don't need to be too particular about it. For anyone at home who is playing a game of can Jess do a project without coffee dyeing or something, you have now been awarded 10 bingo points. These will take a little bit of time to dry. In the meantime, I figure we can start prepping the wall to get everything hung up so that once we've got everything assembled, it's just a matter of hanging everything on the wall. The easiest way to hang these frames will be to make a template, and the quickest way to do that is to trace around the frame and then mark where the actual hanger of the frame sits on the back. This is what was there. And I think regardless of whether it stays here, I am going to put it back on the wall just to give us an idea of where we can hang things above it. You can see I've had a couple of goes at it, but I'm trying to get the wall mapped out before I finish detailing and painting it. I keep changing my mind about what I want here, and I'm hoping these butterflies and moths will really just seal the deal and we can move on with our lives. After hanging the coat rack back on the wall, I measured the space halfway and then was able to line up that halfway point with the middle point of our center frame hook guide that we marked. I basically measured 1.5 centimeters around each template, and then that will give us a nice mapped out guide of where to hang each frame and where to put our hanging holes when it comes to hanging them up. It's also worth noting that when I was mapping these out, I did use a spirit level to make sure they were nice and straight. Now for the hooks. So this is the little clasp, and this is one of my many useful box / tool situations. So I'm thinking something small like this, because it needs to hang but not be visible from the front, obviously. And then if my measurements have been off, we can slide it and position it properly. You want to line the bottom of your hook up to the guide mark that we made, and that's because if you put your nail where we made the guide hole, it's actually going to sit lower on the wall than what we'd planned. So fingers, toes, paws, tentacles, all crossed that this is going to all line up perfectly. Okay. Yes. Okay, so you can see that my paper lines up with the frame now that it's on. So I know that that's going to work. So I'm just going to hammer in guide holes, then take the paper down, then hammer the hooks in. They look pretty close. I mean, it's hard to tell like with your eye, but whether it's going to be perfect, but close enough is close enough. Yes. I feel like are you out of line, soldier? The moment of truth is upon us. Time to assemble everything. So we're using the back of the frame, the part with the hook on it, to mark out a template for our printed book page. But then I'm using the box frame insert to mark out the template for our moths. The reason being that we just need to make sure that there's enough of a border around those moths to hold everything in place nice and snugly when we come in with our washi tape and tuck everything in. We're going to use that to stick that down, and then we can't really measure the butterflies and moths from the back. They need to sort of sit on the front to be measured. So I found that trimming them down and then lining them up from the bottom to the top and then trimming the sides, I hope that makes sense, made it a little bit easier to get them all straight. Then adding some more washi tape on each side did the trick to keep everything in place. And then we just used a butter knife to fluff those wings up, baby, and get them all looking their Sunday best. I'm actually obsessed with them. Oh my gosh, they look so good. Okay, so I'm going to rinse and repeat that process 8 more times, and I will check back in when they're all done and we can get them on the wall. Here is one more little close-up of how they turned out. Absolutely every device in this house is going right now. Loud fridge, dishwasher, washing machine. It's a triple threat. I am absolutely tickled pink about how these turned out. They look so beautiful on the wall, and I feel like this really easy way of making the paper 3D would work really well for cards, in your journals, on the cover of your journals, just outside of a frame, like just sitting on the wall in an artwork. So definitely have a go at this. It was so easy and actually didn't take too long. Obviously I had to repeat everything a few times, so that's what took a long time. But if you were just making one, then yeah, you can knock this over in a very short amount of time. And you're in no way limited to using just book pages. You could use family photos, packaging, pictures out of magazines, old photos. So I hope you've enjoyed making these with me today. Definitely let me know in the comments if you have a go at making these yourself. I'm hoping to get a video out every week on a Friday. If you've enjoyed this video today, don't forget to like and subscribe. I would love to have you along. Let's make some stuff together, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.